Hey guys, and this week we are getting Mario Tennis Fever, and
Woohoo! Mario sports games are back!
so it seems like this game, based on reviews, demos, and various trailers and looks we've got at this game, it seems like it will be significantly better than the Mario sports games that released on Switch 1, rather than being very lackluster and barely having any characters or stages or modes at launch. It seems like this is going to be jam-packed with content. We're going to have nearly 40 characters at launch, with a lot of unlockable characters, and we'll get into unlockables in a little bit. And it also seems like it has a lot of really cool and interesting modes. Like it has like the Mario Wonder mode, like the Waluigi pinball. It seems like this game is going back to that whimsical, creative energy that older Mario sports games had. And even like the gimmick of the fever racket seems more reminiscent of like those older Mario sports games, tying in various elements of the Mario franchise like into the Mario sports games. So it's definitely seeming like this game is shaping up to be a much better Mario sports games. It doesn't even seem like this is a step in the right direction. It seems like we're basically fully back when it comes to Mario sports games. So Dimitri and I wanted to discuss the future of the Mario sports series on the Switch 2, since Mario Tennis Fever is a really good sign from what we've seen.
Yeah, it's a great sign. I actually have had experience playing Mario Tennis Fever. I got to play it early last weekend, so if you haven't checked out the video, make sure to check out my first impressions over on my channel. But the thing is, with the Nintendo Switch Mario sports games, there was a very clear reason why they all failed, and that was just due to the lack of content. With Mario Tennis Aces, you cannot say that gameplay was a problem with the game. Really, it just launched without a stage select screen, and he whacks funny. At this point, it's pretty much like Mario Kart World to me. It's a game that's grossly overpriced, but at this point, it's like, you could probably get Aces for less than 60 bucks. But the thing is, when I got it, it was new, and I felt burned. However, nowadays, I think that Aces is good, just was overpriced. Though to clarify, Mario Kart World is a much, much better game. Like, I know I have my criticisms with Mario Kart World, but I genuinely love the game. With Mario Tennis Aces, it's just kind of good. Mario
Yeah,
Golf Super Rush would actually be something that you'd be more in line to talk about since you got the game. I
yeah.
have it. I got it a few years later. I don't have much experience with it, but it just looks ugly compared to
Oh,
Mario Golf
yeah.
World Tour, and I know it launched with not enough content.
Yeah, I
But the
would.
vibe I got from it is like, this is an okay $30 game, just not 60.
Yeah, I
It
would
didn't
say.
seem to do anything like terrible.
I would say with Super Rush, like even though I did enjoy the game, like I feel like still objectively it was mid. Like it's like I still it's kind of a guilty pleasure for me. I would say I like it because I like golf and Mario Golf and everything, but it is nowhere near as good as either Toadstool Tour or World Tour. Like those games are significantly better. And I think it's funny, like right around the time Super Rush released, like I remember people, I think I might have even said this like as a joke, but like people were saying like, oh, at least it had a intro in a stage select screen. That was the bar at that point. Like like you knew things were bad with the Switch 1 era
Oh
Mario
yeah.
sports games when the game having an intro in a stage select screen was a genuine praise that you could give a game. Like that's how you
I
know
remember
how
when you were
dire it
trying to
was.
cope.
Yeah,
I remember the copium on your end. When Mario Golf Super Rush released, I remember how excited you were. You even took it to the golf course.
yeah. Well,
But
I
then the
mean,
game released, and you were just trying to cope with it a little bit, and you're like, well, at least it has an opening and a stage select screen. But you know what? It's like if a game releases that's pitiful, I mean, most you can do is make the best out of it.
yeah. I would
However,
say,
sometimes you just can't.
yeah. I would
Though
say,
in Mario Golf's case, I think you can.
yeah. I would say with Mario Golf, I would have done that fun little thing anyway, regardless of its quality. Even if it was like the worst Mario Golf game ever, I still probably would have done like a fun little golf photo shoot thing like I did. And I mean,
I mean,
was,
it is the worst Mario Golf ever.
yeah.
What's
Um,
worse than it? Maybe
I mean,
NES Golf, but that's not a
yeah.
Mario Golf game.
I would say maybe like not the GBA, because the GBA one's pretty good. I would say, like, I know some people like the Game Boy Color one, but that's like, I would say golf games on 8-bit hardware aren't the best, or aren't for me, honestly. I would say I at least like Super Rush more than the Game Boy Color Mario Golf, I would say, even though I do appreciate that that game does have an interesting story mode. But
I get what you mean.
yeah.
It's like a totally different experience, though I will say, with the Mario Golf and Mario Tennis games on the Game Boy Color and Nintendo 64, you know the human characters? T&D and I were playing Mario Golf the other day on the Nintendo 64, and we came across this character, Harry, who just screams, "Ball!" This guy is not actually a character in the RPGs. This is just a character made for Mario Golf 64. Everyone wants Vivian in Mario Kart. I just want Harry in Mario Kart. And every variation is Spike under the sun. But the thing with Mario sports games on the Switch is that it pretty much boils down to a lack of content that was the main issue. However, with Mario Strikers Battle League, yeah, we know how pitiful that game was, but I'd argue that the gameplay wasn't even good. It's so much better in Super Mario Strikers.
I would say...
But that is like a whole new level of like bad compared to Super Rush and Aces.
Yeah.
They have similar problems, but Aces and Super Rush are far better games.
I would
They're just
say
not great.
With Battle League, like I would say like the gameplay isn't bad, but it's like at first you're like, oh, this is pretty fun. But when you look at it like after playing it for like 10 hours, not even that, 5 minutes, you'd see that it's not quite as in-depth as the gameplay in like Mario Strikers Charged on the Wii. It doesn't feel like it has enough mechanical nuance to it, I would say. And there's also the fact that the different stages that you play on have no variety at all. It's literally just like, it's like Ultra Smash. There's literally like only, actually I would say it's even worse than Ultra Smash in that regard. At least Ultra Smash had different terrain for each court. Like this basically was the same. They changed the
physics too.
Yeah, and this was basically the same. It just like looked pretty. It's literally just cosmetics at that point. So
here's my problem with Mario Strikers Battle League with the gameplay. If you play Super Mario Strikers on the GameCube, the two games are similar in the sense where they don't really have a lot of content. And then we started to get the gimmicks, and Strikers really gained more of an identity of its own with Mario Strikers Charged. But the gameplay in Battle League, it's just so convoluted and slow-paced compared to Super Mario Strikers. What you're just getting is a crappier version of Super Mario Strikers. And we waited 15 years for it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like I said, with the Mario sports games, I think that Mario Strikers Battle League is legitimately one of the worst games Nintendo's ever put out. With the others, I would say that they were just grossly overpriced. At least I can vouch for Aces that it's a good game.
Yeah.
But now, we're actually getting great games.
Oh, yeah.
Like I actually wanted.
Yeah.
Good. That's not satisfactory enough. We need great.
Oh,
Nintendo's
yeah.
capable of it too.
I would say that Mario Tennis Fever, like, it seems like they're taking all of the criticisms and feedback from the three main Mario... I know there's also Mario and Sonic, but that doesn't really count. Like, the three main Mario sports games on the Switch 1. It seems like Nintendo was actually listening, I would say. Like, especially with Mario Strikers' case, I feel like that was basically the tipping point. Like, I think Nintendo realized, like, that, like, a game launching with, like, 10 characters and, like, no variation between, like, the actual stages and, like, just barely any content, I had a feeling that Nintendo was actually gonna listen, because, like, I feel like that's, like, I think Nintendo can tell sometimes when a game is just so lackluster that it's, like, that people are, like, pretty vocal about it. Yeah, it's, like, it definitely seems like a similar case to, like, the Mario RPGs and things like that, where they...
You also could tell that Nintendo wasn't confident with the game when they revealed it, because they pretty much went radio silent until doing an overview trailer in May, and that trailer just showed everything we already knew.
Yeah.
But the thing is, fortunately, that is in the past, and it seems like Nintendo won't ever do something of that caliber again.
Yeah.
Sure, some games might launch without, like, essential features sometimes, but it's nowhere near as bad as that. But with Mario Tennis Fever, after getting to play it, I will say that not only did they listen to the criticisms with content, now that we got, like, a lot of content packed into the game, the main problem is fixed. But they also made it a lot more friendly for casual players, and this is extremely important for a Mario sports game.
Oh, yeah.
See, the thing with Aces is that the gameplay was very complex and sophisticated. It's fun if you really want to get into it, but Mario Tennis, that's more of a casual game you break out at a party. I guarantee you, if you were to break out either Mario Tennis Fever or Mario Tennis Aces at a party, your guests will have a lot more fun with Mario Tennis Fever. It's very much a wacky Mario sports game in the best way possible, and the Fever rackets essentially make it Mario Kart Arcade Grand Prix. So the fun comes from trying out the Fever rackets and just seeing what they do. And I really like this direction that Nintendo's taken, because that's what made the Mario sports games so much fun in the GameCube era. They took inspiration from Mario games. They were Mario sports games. With Aces, I will say it's a phenomenal tennis game, but there's nothing really Mario about slowing down time. However, it is absolutely Mario scattering mini mushrooms onto your opponent's court.
Yeah, or just sending a bunch of goop onto the other side, like straight out of Mario Sunshine, or like freezing one side of the court with like the Baron Burr racket. It's just like there's so many.
The party pooper gooper blooper.
There are so many cool rackets here, and I really like this gimmick so far. I still have yet to play it, but this does seem like something that I'd enjoy. And I think like with this whole Fever racket mechanic, like I was saying earlier about mechanical nuance, but I think it's good to have a balance between mechanical nuance and something that's open to casuals. I think you can have both. It's like, I think Mario Strikers Battle League is an example of a game that went too hard into the competitive side, while also not having a lot of mechanical depth to it as well, which it kind of seems like those are kind of counterintuitive, but it just seemed like it was going like the opposite direction in like every way possible. But Fever seems like it's like striking the perfect balance between people who like are like veterans of the Mario Tennis series and have been playing a lot of the Mario Tennis games. I think I've played every Mario Tennis game except for I've played the one on Game Boy Color as well. I've played every Mario Tennis game, and it definitely
have
seems
you played
like
Mario's Tennis?
Yes, on the 3DS Virtual Boy emulator. It is bad.
Hey, whoa! Emulators? Harmon Smith is watching. Gotta be careful.
The Nintendo sent me it a long time ago as a part of their second ambassador program that totally exists.
Yeah, that checks out. Sounds accurate to me.
But Mario Tennis Fever, it definitely seems like they're retaining most of all of the elements of like the core Mario Tennis formula and kind of adding on top of it in a lot of like creative and interesting ways. Like you said, it feels much more like a Mario Tennis game than a tennis game with Mario characters in it. And another thing that I wanted to bring up that I kind of noticed from some of the recent footage and also looking on the Mario Wiki, this isn't really a spoiler because I think like this was shown in some like obscure promotional stuff, but it seems like there's going to be unlockable characters and unlockable courts in this game. That is so refreshing to see in a Mario sports game. I don't even remember the last time we've had like true unlockables in a Mario sports game.
Wait, hold up. Are there going to be like more unlockable characters, or just like the characters we already know about? The
characters that we already know about, but the fact that they are unlockable, I like, because it's like something that you work towards. Like even if they've revealed them already, I still think like it's like Kirby Air Riders, for example. It's kind of nice to have like something to work towards. This is what gets players engaged. This is something that actually brings players back to the game to keep playing it, to unlock all of the characters. Like, adding characters after launch that should have been there from the start is not gonna keep players keep coming back to the game. They're gonna come back to the game for like a couple days and then drop it again. And then some people won't even care enough to boot up the game again after a while because they were burned on it in the first place. It just seemed like with the Switch 1 Mario sports games, they tried way too hard to replicate Splatoon's model, because I feel like in Nintendo's eyes, the Splatoon model worked for them, so they wanted to have a live service-esque approach to their other multiplayer-oriented games. even if it like didn't work at all, and the games that they tried it in were much more casual focused, or at least series that were more casual focused, like Mario Sports, Nintendo Switch Sports, different things like that. I feel like it worked in Splatoon because like Splatoon actually does have a more like kind of hardcore audience associated with it, so it works to have those updates, and they're like, people do actively play Splatoon as an online game. But for things like the Mario sports games, sure, there are some people who play them online, but like, first and foremost, they are casual party games, like Mario Kart or Mario Party. I feel like they're much closer to that. So I think it's very refreshing seeing Nintendo and Camelot actually like acknowledge that this time and actually treat it as such, rather than trying to pretend that it's something that it's not. And I feel like
Exactly.
now that they have this mindset, I am much more hopeful about the future of Mario sports games. Like, I don't think this is going to be a one and done thing, like, oh, we have one good Mario Tennis game and they're not going to do anything else. No, I think the fact that they are like so set on the mindset that like the Mario sports games should be party games first and foremost, I think having that mindset, like, going forward, I feel like that we'll definitely see some improvement in the other Mario sports series. Even Strikers. I even think there's a chance for Strikers, despite the disastrous, like, release of Battle League. I still think Strikers has a chance now. Like, if we're able to see, like, such a big recovery of this, like, subgenre of like the Mario franchise, or the sub-series of the Mario franchise with like Mario Sports kind of make a comeback with Fever, I have a feeling that like we're gonna see the approach of like actually filling out these games with loads of content, like with these other Mario Sports games on Switch 2.
Another thing worth bringing up is that Camelot had a lot of time to cook with this game compared to other games, because with this game they had 5 years to develop it.
Oh yeah.
Super Rush released in 2021. Damn. But with that being said, they're listening to the feedback like extensively. They're listening to everything, and they can show that they can cook. And with Mario sports games, this is a great direction to go. Playing Mario Tennis Fever, it's the most Mario feeling Mario sports game I ever played. And I played Mario Tennis Power Tour on the GameCube. Actually, no, it's Mario Power Tennis.
Yeah.
Mario Tennis Power Tour is on the Game Boy Advance. I played both. They're all great games. But the thing is, it's just like, the main reason why the free update thing just completely threw me off guard, the first one at least, it's the expectation. You go into something like Fortnite or Splatoon expecting it to be a game as a service, makes sense. I know exactly what I'm getting. When I'm thrown that in Mario Tennis Aces, I just feel like the game launched unfinished, and that was just a way for Nintendo to buy some time. Because the Switch was rushed to market. Clearly was. That's why it has problems like Joy-Con drift. They needed something after the Wii U.
Yeah.
So with that being said, they had to sort of rush out games, which is why in 2018, it was pretty much wait for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate the year, and the rest of the games we got were either Wii U ports or subpar. However, now, I think that Mario sports games are on track. At least on the Camelot side, I am fully confident. And I cannot wait to play Mario Tennis Fever. I know it's less than a day away, but just talking to you about it, it's like, man, I really wish I could be playing that tonight. But I won't have to wait much longer.
Yeah, I would even say like another thing. This game just seems like it has more sauce than the sports games on Switch 1. Like, cause it actually seems like they're like, I already mentioned like all the modes and like the cool courts, like the Wonder Court and everything. But like, I saw some of the cutscenes for like the story, well, the opening cutscene to the story mode, and even like the opening cutscene of the game. But like, it seems like it's like much more energetic, and it seems like they care more. Like with Mario Tennis Aces, with that opening cutscene, like it's like they couldn't even get the audio mixing right. Like they had like the he walks funny and like in the thing, like it was like completely out of sync, and it was like, if you've like, for any of you watching, if you've seen that opening cutscene, the Aces, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It just seemed like really weird, and it was dropped like almost a year after the game launched. But here it seems like the presentation looks great, like the cutscenes look amazing, like the graphics actually look pretty good, even though it does seem like they are reusing some things from Aces. It seems like, at least with the models and like the textures and like the whole visual style of the game, looks significantly better than Camelot's previous games, like back on the Switch 1. So it just looks really nice
I thought
here.
Mario Tennis 8 looked really good, but Super Rush did not.
Yeah.
They definitely had time to cook, like making better graphics, and it just goes to show that this is a game that they're really proud of. This is something that they were very passionate about. Something like Aces, I'm sure there was passion behind it, but they were given like a strict deadline. But here, they had time to cook, and they are delivering us the finest Mario sports meal we've gotten in years. Now, with that being said, I don't think it will be my favorite Mario sports game, and that's just because tennis, it's just the most basic out of the sports for me. My favorite is Super Mario Strikers, but Mario Golf is very close, either of the two.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this will top
But even
Mario.
said-
I'm not sure if this will top Mario Golf World Tour for me, because that's my favorite. But it still looks like it will definitely be at least in my like top 3 or top 5, I would say, in terms of Mario sports games.
It will be the best Mario Tennis game, though.
Yeah.
No question in my mind.
Yeah.
Like, currently, the best Mario Tennis game is Mario Power Tennis on the GameCube. Or you could even choose any of the Game Boy ones.
Yeah. I would say
I think this might be the best, even if the adventure mode's kind of weak. Because, let's be real, you mostly go to Mario Tennis for, like, the multiplayer, wacky Mario fun. A story mode's nice to have, but it's not completely necessary.
Go play Paper Mario if you want a good story. In a Mario game.
Sticker Star?
Yes. Yeah. Go play Sticker Star first, especially.
With all this being said, it's just like for the future of Mario Sports, I think things are looking good for Mario Golf in the future, at the very least.
Oh yeah.
But I want Nintendo to do something completely new for the next Mario Sports game. I don't want them to do another baseball. I don't want them to do another sports collection. I want them to try making either an American football game or a bowling game. I think that either of those would be really cool.
Yeah.
And although American football is only popular really in America, that's still a huge market. Like, just have a North American company develop
Or maybe
it.
have like two modes in it. Maybe have like a rugby mode as well. So the kind of like appeal to like other like regions as well.
Or just like combine them and just like change the name. It doesn't necessarily even have to be like the actual sport.
Yeah, because Mario Strikers
needs to be
is
the
like
Mario equivalent.
Yeah, because Mario Strikers is they like in the game they call it like strike or something. Like it's not like exactly like soccer or football for anywhere else in the world, but like it's like they technically treat it as like a separate sport that's really similar in the game. So it's like they could technically like do something that's like slightly different. But I also want to see like a new Mario basketball game as well. Like I know we got like Mario Hoops 3-on-3, and then like Mario Sports Mix had basketball. I think it would be cool to see like another standalone Mario basketball game. I think that would be really cool.
Oh, I'd love to see as many Mario Sports series on the Switch too as possible. I just think for the next one, it'd be really cool if it was new. But I will say, I think that they should just focus on the series that weren't on the Switch yet. Like Mario Baseball, we didn't get that. Mario Basketball. After they do like a new sports game, because I feel like with the Switch too, it's very exciting thus far. I want a new type of Mario spin-off. We got Mario and Rabbids on the Nintendo Switch, so I'm excited to see what we'll get on the Switch too.
Yeah. I definitely think like the future is bright in terms of like Mario spin-offs and everything, and like the Mario franchise as a whole. Like Mario Tennis Fever is definitely radiating that Wonder era energy, even though it has like the regular character designs. Like I still think everything else in the game still kind of has that like energy of the Wonder era, like with the fonts, the presence of the talking flower, like just the weird and wacky aspects of the game with the fever rackets. This definitely seems like a Wonder era Mario sports game, and I'm definitely excited to see what other Mario spin-offs and sports games we'll see in this era. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video, and let us know what you think down in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the Meech, and make sure to subscribe to my channel and check out my Discord server and Blue Sky if you want to. Stay perky!
Spike for left!